Hey everyone, it's Brian here. Today I'm coming on to do a tutorial for just basically a box for a gift, for like a small gift. Like, I'm going to show this to you. This is what I made for an Uno Minecraft game. It's, one of those smaller gifts that you could wrap if you wanted to, but why would you wrap it when you could just make a little box for it? So this is what I'm going to show you how to do today, is make this box for this little game. And it's very easy to follow. All you got to do is make some measurements and do a little addition and you'll be on your way. So this is actually going to be the first project of my 12 tutorials of Christmas 2021. So I hope you're going to enjoy these videos because they're going to be pretty darn awesome in my opinion. So here we go. We're going to start first by showing you what you need to do. Okay, first thing you want to do is go ahead and measure the width. In this case, it's 3 5/8 inches, as you can see there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you a little secret in a minute to this. But first we're going to measure the height. And that is 4.5 inches. No, actually it's more like 4 5/8 inches, as you can see there. And, oh wait, the depth is about 3/4 of an inch or so, as you can see here. So, with that in mind, we're going to in order to be able to put this in a box nicely, but not too loose and not too tight, we're going to add 1/8 of an inch to all those measurements we just made. So in this case, this was 3 5/8. We're just going to make that 3 3/4. This is going to be 4 3/4. And I'm just going to add another 1/8 of an inch to this 3/4 of an inch, make it 7/8 of an inch. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and start making this. And first, I want to show you what paper I'm going to be using today. This is one of the papers from the Cardabella Farmhouse Christmas collection that I purchased recently from scrapbook.com. And it's got some really nice patterns on it. It's double-sided. I got the 12 by 12 collection. So what I'm going to do is, first thing, I'm just going to cut off this branding strip. So that'll be out of the way. I'm going to leave this at 12 by 12 for now, because it'll be easier just to cut once I'm done doing all the scoring. Which brings me to my next subject, is scoring. Since I'm going to want to use this side for the side that shows, like in this case, this would be the side that shows, I'm going to flip this over and score on the bottom side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start, in this case we're going to need to start scoring at 7/8 of an inch, because that was the depth plus 1/8 of an inch. Then we're going to score again at 4 5/8 inches. And that's because of the 3 3/4 plus an eighth. I mean 3 5/8 plus an eighth. And then we're going to add another 7/8, which will make it 5.5 inches. And then 9 1/4 inches. Let's see here. 9 1/4 inches. And again at 10 1/8 inches. So that's that one tick mark there, just past 10-inch mark. See, we've done all our scoring now, and it's very hard to see. I'm sorry about that, but got the score line here, 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 and here, and here. And what we're going to do is this last score line I made at 10 1/8 inches, that was really just merely a guide for me to know where to cut when I cut this cardstock down in a moment. So what I'm going to do next is flip this over a quarter turn counterclockwise, because we want to deal with this, of course, is the beginning point. So we're going to switch it over counterclockwise, 1/4 turn, so we can do our measurements for our scoring for the other side. And this side we're going to also score at 7/8. Begin at 7/8, I mean. And we're going to score at 5 5/8, because remember now, after we add that 1/8 of an inch is 4 3/4 inches. So 5 5/8. Let's find that real quick. There we go. And then 6 1/2. 6 1/2 is right here. And this is going to be our guide to know where to cut. That's what that's there for. So we're going to go ahead and cut this now and show y'all. This is why I made those last score lines both directions, is so I'll know where to cut. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. And I'm going to go ahead and trim this side off as well. At the 10 1/8, I believe it was. Yes, there we go. And if you notice, I have, well, maybe you see it better on this side here. If you notice, I have this flap here, this side, and this side, and also this side here. The reason I did the 3 as opposed to just 2 is because we're going to flap. We're going to actually tape this one end to this end. That'll make things a lot easier. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to get my X-Acto knife, because my finger blade needs a new blade. I have yet to get one. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over again. Well, actually, I'm going to flip it over to this side because it's much easier to see it. I'm going to go ahead and just completely cut out this corner. Because that won't be needed. And we're going to do the same thing on this top left corner. We're going to not need that either. We're not going to need it either, I mean. And now what we're going to do is go ahead and cut this side here and this side here. Then angle it. Hope y'all can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut here and angle there. And do the same thing on this side. Cut and angle. Cut and angle. And cut and angle. Well, that was angled pretty much already. So I'm just going to cut. Well, maybe I didn't do too good of a job on that one. Yeah, I need to get that a little better. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we should have done this already before we did all of our for all of our cuts. Just going to go ahead and score. I'm not score, but gonna go ahead and burnish all of our score lines everywhere. And then we're going to go ahead and after that start gluing down. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, burnish all these score marks. And I'm using double-sided cardstock because I thought it would look nice to have a pattern on the inside as well. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can do it any way you want, single-sided. You can use single-sided paper or double-sided paper even. You don't have to use cardstock. And I forgot to mention, this cardstock is also got a nice texture to it too. So I thought that was pretty cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and undo this real quick. I'm going to put some tape on here. Now note, I'm going to start the tape after this score mark and stop at this score mark. So let's see here. I'm also going to go ahead and think about this a moment. Trying to think. I'm going to go ahead and put tape on this side, I believe. I want it on this side here. And stop it there at the score line, like I did a terrible job of. Okay, so first we're going to go ahead and burnish this down to tape. Burnish this down as well. And we're going to go ahead and take the backing off. And the reason I'm doing it on this corner as opposed to this corner is because I want this corner to be showing. Because that's the corner that I had cut off the end on. And I'm going to go ahead and just burnish that down. And you can lay this flat too. That's another plus. You can lay this flat like so. I'll burnish that again. And I'm going to go ahead and take this piece off. Tuck these two little pieces in. And then tuck the piece down that's got the tape on it. And then put this on top. And you got the bottom of the box now. And now all you gotta do is go ahead and put your game in, like I'm gonna do right now. Do like so. See, it's not too loose. It's not too tight either. Now all you gotta do is, well, I did put the flap in accidentally already. So I have to get that out. I have to get the game out too. That got all garbled up in there. What I'm going to do now is put a piece of tape on here, like so. And this is, like I said, a great alternative to wrapping a small gift. Just make a little box for it. And there we go. That's nice and burnished down now. And listen, there's not much rattling in there because there's not much room for it to rattle around. So to put the final touches on this, I'm going to use this green glitter washi tape. Gonna figure out how to use it. I think I'm just going to go ahead and I think I got an idea here. Hopefully this will work. And now I'm going to go ahead and just cut that right about there. This is not sticking well because it's, like I said, glitter washi. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut that off right there. I would burnish it some, probably. Burnish down real good so it'll stick. And then we can do the same thing on the other side. I'll just tear that off real quick. And now let's go ahead and get this even here. I'm going to cut this off right here at the very end. And that needs to be cut off there too, because it won't stick to glitter. And there we go. Well, I'm going to burnish this down real quick though first. Just make sure it stays in place. And you could add other stuff like a rosette or something, a little gift tag. And that's the project for you. So please do like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And I'll see y'all again next time. Bye.